Hey besties, welcome back to another video. Today, Rubi Rose got into it very badly with Nicki Minaj fans because there was a clip released of an interview she did with the Big Facts podcast. And in this interview, she was asked what qualities she likes in her man. And what she said is what got barbs coming for her all day long. This is what she said.
The two different sides of me. But what do I really like when in a man in real life is loyalty.
Okay.
Being loving and kind and like supportive and just, somebody consistent. So those are the things that I like.
That ain't all. That can't be all. That can't be all of it.
And of course, there's some other things I like. Them. Okay.
Big facts.
My preferences are chocolate, tall, preferably more money than me.
Preferably.
What
if they don't?
If they don't, we can work it out.
Okay.
We can work it
But
out.
it has to be somewhere in the immediate vicinity.
I would
somewhere
hope
close.
because I don't I will help, of course, but I don't want to be the man in the relationship.
Provider.
Yeah, no. But I will. I see Nicki Minaj is happy. I will definitely. I would do that.
What that mean? What? She's just. We're assuming that Nicki probably.
So people were saying this was Rubi Rose shading Nicki Minaj because Rubi was essentially saying that she herself usually doesn't date men who are broker than her, but Nicki is doing it. Nicki is dating a broke man and Nicki is happy, therefore Rubi might give it a chance herself. But other people were saying that Rubi wasn't throwing shade. Rubi was just stating factual information because it is a known fact that Nicki makes much more money than her husband does. And Rubi wasn't throwing shade. She was just saying you can be happy with a man that you make more money than. Rose took to the shade room and she clarified her comments saying, I didn't mean it in a disrespectful way at all. I was just saying you can be happy with a man who makes less than you. I'll say Britney Spears next time. And Nicki Minaj took to her Twitter shortly after the shade room posted that clip of Ruby. She said, would it have bothered you dumb females to simply sit down and shut up? But no. 2 things to do for the rest of 2022. Keep my name out of your mouth. I'ma show you though. Some fans felt like these tweets were directed at Rubi Rose, saying, honestly, this was so unnecessary. There was literally no reason to mention her or her husband. Now when she fights back, I don't want to hear she's too old or she's too much. Other people felt like these tweets were directed at all the female rappers that recently mentioned Nicki, like Erica Banks and Asian Doll, and also Rubi Rose, and that these tweets weren't directed solely at Rubi Rose. But yeah, Rubi also posted a picture and she captioned it with Nicki Minaj lyrics saying, after all that surgery, you are still ugly, and that is what gets me. Now, the shade room posted these pictures, and some people in the comments seem to think that this was a shade towards Nicki, but other people are saying that Rubi is copying Please and she's backpedaling and she's not keeping the same energy, all that. I don't know. Do you feel like these comments, the caption is like shade towards Nicki, another shade? Or do you feel like she's, being a fan of Nicki and putting her lyrics as her caption? I personally don't feel like it was shade. I feel like she's expressing her love for Nicki because she was getting accused of being shady towards Nicki all day long. So she put her words, her lyrics as her caption, and I felt like that was her expressing love because this woman follows a Nicki fan page. She's made it clear that she's a fan of Nicki multiple times, So I really don't think she was being shady. I feel like the words she said it in a very naive, I don't think she thought through what the words that she was saying, how they might be perceived by the audience. She was essentially, if the audience looked at that, they might think that you're calling Nicki's man broke, But to her, she was just answering the question she was asked, in which she was saying she was using Nicki as an example because that's somebody that's well known that is with a man that makes less than them. But I do understand why the Barbs and maybe Nicki herself might feel like this was shade because female rappers have been steady shading. A couple of female rappers like Erica and Asian Doll have been steady coming for Nicki for the past week. So when a female rapper comes out and she says something that might seem a little bit off, it will come across as being shade because female rappers have been shading Nicki all week long and the Barbs are sensitive to that, Or maybe Rubi was really shading Nicki's man, Maybe she was calling him broke and she was saying, I would never be, with a broke man, but Nicki seems happy, so I might give it a thought, but I'm way above that. But I don't know. What do you think? Do you feel like she was purposely being shady? I don't know. Rubi constantly has a problem with the media because I feel like every time she sits down and does an interview, she's on the blogs for something she said. She's also on the blogs. This interview hasn't even come out. This was just a clip that was released by the podcast, and it's going to come out this Thursday, but it hasn't been released yet. But she's going viral for another clip from the same exact interview where she was talking about gang affiliation, and she said she's not affiliated with gangs, but she throws up the gang signs anyway. So you know, her label needs to give her better media training, because every time this woman does an interview, it's like she's going viral for something new, you know? Anyway, you guys let me know what you think. Do you feel like, honestly, I have no idea. Do you feel like she was purposely shading Nicki? She was saying, oh, I would never do that, but Nicki does it, so she's good, so I might do it. You know, or do you feel like her words were just, you know, she was just speaking in an honest way and she really didn't mean to be shady towards Nicki? Let me know in the comments and be sure to subscribe. Bye.